Pull back a little bit. Pull back.
מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם ים יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבט אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבט אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבט אחים גם יחד. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. I'd like to begin by welcoming you all. It is a wonderful Shabbat, and it's wonderful to see you all. We're going to begin by lighting candles, and as we did a couple of weeks ago, we're going to invite anyone who would like to come forward and light a candle here as we begin Shabbat together. I'll start. Let's sing together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner להדליק נר של שבת. So, tonight we're celebrating something very special. It's a festival, two festivals really, that celebrate the end of Passover and the ingathering of friends. Maimuna is a Moroccan Sephardic holiday. The name itself comes, we think, from the word emunah, which means faith. And the Jews of Morocco would sell their chametz to their neighbors, who were, of course, Muslim. And they would keep it for them for all of Passover. And then, when Passover was done, they would return the chametz to their neighbors, often in the form of sweets. And so there was this beautiful idea of people having faith with one another and sharing something very sacred. Not just the holiday and not just chametz and sweets, but loving relationships with one another, with neighbors who came together from different traditions. And this celebration of interwovenness is something that we're exploring tonight here at TBE. This is not just an experiment about how to celebrate Maimuna in America, it's how we intertwine with our neighbors. And so here we are at TBE, and we are amidst a sea of neighbors who are Sephardic. Many are Persian, and some of them are here tonight. And we're experimenting. How do we create a welcoming environment, a Sephardic Reform service? What we hear tonight is not truly a Sephardic service. It's largely a Reform service. We'll hear snippets of some psalms. Some won't be done at all. Some will be done at length. And most will be done in new melodies to many of us. Some will be familiar. Some will be Sephardicized, melodies that we already know. Others might be Ladino melodies, melodies from Spain that the Sephardim took with them throughout the Mediterranean. Others will be new to you completely, and even though they're new, they might be easy to pick up. And so we're hoping tonight that if you're not Sephardic, you might become Sephardic. And if you are Sephardic, we're hoping that what you see here looks and feels a little familiar, but also new. There's a term in Moroccan Jewry called matrouz, where things are braided. And it's a concept about how Moroccan Jews view themselves as part of their society. And tonight, we're all matrouz. We are braiding things together. We're celebrating not just Maimuna, a Moroccan holiday, but Shabisal, which is a Persian version of Maimuna. It's when the Persian Jews celebrate a return to Chametz. And so that's what we're doing tonight. After we have some sweet melodies together, we're going to have a sweet dessert oneg downstairs with continued music. And I hope you'll all stick around for that. I want to thank a few folks before we get underway. First of all, I want to thank our friends from UJA Federation tonight, specifically Barry Ziegel and Seppi Javahari, who were important to making this evening happen. So thank you, Seppi and Barry. We welcome you here, and we appreciate their support. I also want to thank the rabbi for allowing us to be experimental like this and in part of our series of experiments in worship and music. And I want to thank our musicians in advance, the Kobi Hayon Trio, Kobi Hayon, Peter Slavov on bass, and Jerome Morris on percussion. We begin with Yedid Nefesh, a piyut, evoking the imagery of a gazelle being chased by her love. You can find the words on page 10, and the extended play version is on page 328, I believe. 332. So the easy part of this melody goes like this. La 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 la. Try it. La 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 la. And those are the words as well. Yedid nefesh avarachama neshavavdecha el retzonecha. Ay, lai, 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 lai. Yarutz avdecha kemo ayal ishachaveh el mul hadarecha. Ay, lai, 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 lai. Ay, lai, 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 lai. Let's continue on our journey through the Psalms. Page 12, as we begin with Psalm 95. Now, I'm going to need a little more help on this one, and it involves some words. The good thing is that in the Sephardic tradition, we have this thing called antiphonal music, which means you repeat back something that I do. Okay, so the words are fairly easy on this one. They are Lechu neranena ladonai naria letzur yishenu. That's all you need to know. Let's try it out. Goes like this. Lechu neranena ladonai naria letzur yishenu. Lechu neranena ladonai naria letzur. Let's try it again. Lechu neranena ladonai naria letzur yishenu. Nekar mafana vetoda bizmirot naria lo. Lechu neranena ladonai naria letzur yishenu. Ki el gadol Adonai umelech gadol al kol Elohim. Lechu neranena ladonai naria letzur yishenu. Asher beyado mechakrei aretz betofot harim lo. Lechu neranena ladonai naria letzur yishenu. Asher lo hayam behu asahu vayabeshet veyado yatzeru. Lechu neranena ladonai naria letzur yishenu. Bo'u nishtachav v'nichva v'nichreva ifnei Adonai Osenu. Lechu neranena ladonai naria letzur yishenu. Ikhu Eloheinu va'anachnu am meritozon liyado. Lechu neranena ladonai naria letzur yishenu. Lechu neranena ladonai naria letzur yishenu. Hayom im bekolo tishma'u. Hayom im bekolo tishma'u. Lechu neranena ladonai naria letzur yishenu. Lechu neranena ladonai naria letzur yishenu. I think you're getting the hang of it. So as we continue on to Psalm 96, we're going to do that and a little more. This time, join me in the response and in the refrain. So we're going to model it the first time through.
What key was that? D?
Ready, Kobe? La 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 So keep that up, and I'm going to teach them just a little bit. So the first part is Kol haaretz, kol haaretz, kol haaretz, kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai, shiru l'Adonai, shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai, kol haaretz, kol haaretz. Okay, we got to put all that together. l'Adonai shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz, shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz, shiru l'Adonai shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz, shiru l'Adonai baruch shemo, shiru l'Adonai baruch shemo, basu miyom leyom Yeshuato, basu miyom leyom Yeshuato, shiru l'Adonai shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz, safru v'goyim kevodo, safru v'goyim kevodo, bechol ha'amim niflotav, bechol ha'amim niflotav, shiru l'Adonai shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz, ki gadol Adonai umchal meod, ki gadol Adonai umchal meod, norahu al kol Elohim, norahu al kol Elohim, shiru l'Adonai shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz, kol haaretz. Okay, we're going to pick up the tempo a little bit, but the good news is you only have to know one word and one note. We're at the bottom of page 14, the third paragraph. And the word you have to know is or. Or. Light. You have to hold on a while. Oh, join me. Oh, can't hear you. Or zaru ala tzadik kol yishrei lev simcha. Or zaru ala tzadik kol yishrei lev simcha. Simchu tzadikim b'Adonai. Hodu lezecher kodesho. Simchu tzadikim b'Adonai. Vehodu lezecher kodesho. Simchu tzadikim b'Adonai. Vehodu lezecher kodesho. Or zaru ala tzadik kol yishrei lev simcha. Or zaru ala tzadik kol yishrei lev simcha. Simchu tzadikim b'Adonai. Vehodu lezecher kodesho. Simchu tzadikim b'Adonai. Vehodu lezecher kodesho. Let's make a lot of light now. Let's continue our journey through the Psalms. We're going to skip a couple. We're going to turn to page 18. This is a Moroccan melody that was recorded in Tangier in 1959 by the musicologist Paul Bowles. Shortly before that, community left Morocco permanently and took with it all its melodies. So we're fortunate to have this. Mizmor le David. מזמור לדוד, אבו לאדוני בנאלים, אבו לאדוני כבוד ועוז, אבו לאדוני כבוד שמו, השתחוו לאדוני בהדרה קודש. כל אדוני על המים, אל הכבוד הרים, אדוני על מים רבים. כל אדוני בכוח, כל אדוני בהדר, כל אדוני שובר ארזים, וישבר אדוני את ארזי הלבנון, וירקידם כמו עגל לבנון וסריון, כמו בין רמים 19. כל אדוני חוצב להבות אש, כל אדוני יכיל מדבר, יכיל אדוני מדבר קדש, כל אדוני יחלל איילות, ויחשוף יערות, ובהכולו כולו אומר כבוד. כל אדוני למבול ישב, וישב אדוני מלך לעולם, אדוני עוז לעם לא ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום. לי 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 turn to page 20. We welcome the Shabbat bride into our midst. And with it, we bring a new Moroccan melody. And when I say new, I mean in the last 20 years. Because even though the Jews left Morocco, Morocco did not leave the Jews. And musicians whose talent and skill in the tradition of makam, the Middle Eastern musical system, was passed from generation to generation. And makam is suspiciously close to the Hebrew word makom, which is not only the word place, but the word for God. And so a little slice of God's music is carried throughout the world. And this melody by Aaron Aharon Ben Susan was written in Montreal amongst the community there, and it's spread throughout the world now. You may recognize it, and if you do, please sing along. Lecha dodi likrat kala panei Shabbat nekabela la 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 la. Lechadodi likarakala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likarakala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shahamor vezachor v'tibor echad Hishemiyanu el hamiuchad Adonai echad Ushemo echad Shemu tiferet velitila Lechadodi likarakala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likarakala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechotzecha ki hi mekor haveracha merosh mikedem esucha zot maaseh b'machshava techila. Lechadodi likarakala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likarakala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Daveri Kevod Adonai Alaik nigla Lechadodi likarakala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likarakala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Ya la 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 la. I invite you now to rise, if it is your custom, to greet the metaphorical Sabbath bride or to greet one another, standing or sitting. Bohi v'shalom ateret bala gam besimcha uvetzola toch emunei am segula. Boi kala lechadodi likarakala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likarakala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Page 24. Having welcomed one another and the Sabbath bride, we welcome the angels in our midst. This is a Sufi tune, common amongst many peoples in Persia. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem Leshalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Barchuni Leshalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Seitechem Leshalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
So, contrary to popular belief, we rabbis do not control the weather, either outside or inside. So, I apologize for the heat. In our prayer book class that meets on Thursday mornings, we've been talking about the soul. Judaism says that every human being has one. But what is it? From a strictly scientific perspective, there is no such thing as a soul. As historian Yuval Harari points out, scientists have subjected Homo sapiens to tens of thousands of bizarre experiments and looked into every nook in our hearts and every cranny in our brains, but they have so far discovered no magical spark. There is zero scientific evidence, he concludes, that humans have souls. Biologically, we human beings are animals, plain and simple. And like other animals, we are a mass of organic material, atoms and molecules strung together. No more and no less. From the perspective of science, anyway, that's it. And all that talk about souls and being created in the divine image and the inherent uniqueness of every human being, well, those are fairy tales we tell to convince ourselves that our lives have meaning. That's from the perspective of science. But I am here to tell you that I believe in the fairy tales. It's not that I doubt science. I don't. It's that I know in my bones that there's more to reality than what science can explain. For me, it's a matter of faith. It may not be empirically provable, but for me, that's irrelevant. The soul is real for me, and it's a source of great meaning. Our daily morning liturgy affirms the reality of the soul. It says, Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehorahi, which means, my God, the soul you have given me is pure. The word neshama in this prayer, the word that's translated as soul, means the breath of life. We encounter it for the first time in the Genesis creation story when God forms Adam from the soil of the earth and blows the breath of life into him. In our Jewish story, we human beings are filled with God's own essence. The neshama, the very breath of God, is the life force that animates our body. Maimonides, the great Sephardic scholar, taught that the soul is the source of our emotions, our intellect, our capacity to imagine, to reason, and to discern moral truths that transcend culture and time and place. The soul is the seat of everything about it that is intangible and metaphysical. Biological science cannot demonstrate its existence because the soul is not biological. It's spiritual. Now, some may scoff at this. People say to me all the time, I'm not a spiritual person. Raise your hand if you've said that to me. Some of you in here, I'm not a spiritual person. And to that, I say, apropos Leviticus, which we are reading right now, bull. Every human being has both a physical and a spiritual dimension. The physical is temporal. Our bodies last a while, then they break down and eventually decompose. But the neshama, the soul that constitutes the spiritual or metaphysical dimension of our being, is eternal. It is the pure essence of who we are as a human being. It's not subject to physical or chemical change. It does not decompose or disappear into nothingness. The soul lasts forever because it comprises the elements of the human being that are infinitely cherished by God. To believe in the reality of the soul is to affirm that we are more than just our body. That while our bodies may experience illness or disability, or be broken or even killed by some tragic accident of man or nature, the unique human being who was created by God and enlivened by the divine breath is indestructible. Maybe this is a fairy tale. But if it is, it's one worth believing in, because as the late contemporary philosopher Neil Gaiman put it, religion helps us discern patterns in what appears to be anarchy, to wrest cosmos out of chaos and sense out of senselessness. If we are no more than a blob of organic mass, there is no meaning to life. We're here just by an accident of evolution. But if we do in fact have a soul breathed into us by God, a spiritual essence that connects us to the source of all existence, then it means that we are here for a reason. Life has meaning and purpose. It is a sacred calling for us to discern and live out. I believe each human soul has a unique purpose designated by God. Because it's different for each of us, we have to discern it for ourselves. But writ large, Judaism says that the cosmic purpose of each soul is elevation. The Kabbalah teaches that God creates every soul pure but imperfected. The purpose of incarnation, sending the soul into the world in bodily form, is to refine and elevate it through the experience of living. In this sense, each of us is the trustee of the neshama given to us. Our responsibility is to live the best way we possibly can in order to move our soul toward perfection. But as you might imagine, that's too big a task for any one person, any one human life. Which is why the Kabbalah says that a soul may need many journeys through worldly life in order to get it right, which means reincarnation, of course. You might not have known that Judaism talks about reincarnation, but it does. But don't worry, while each individual human bodily life is finite, souls are eternal. They have the time. Our job is to lift our soul a little bit higher than the one who had it before us, and then pass it on to the next person so they can bring it to the next level after that. As the sages say, it's not our obligation to complete the work, but neither are we free to desist from it. I find that this week's parasha and tonight's special musical service provide good context for describing the soul's journey. Our parasha begins with the words, Vayehi bayom hashmini, on the 8th day of the installation ceremonies for Aaron and his sons as the Kohanim, the priests. Rabbi Samson Raphael Hirsch, a prominent 19th century German rabbi, not Sephardic, explains the significance of the 8th day in Judaism. He says, the completion of a count of 7 days symbolizes the conclusion and completion of the condition that has prevailed until now. The 8th day marks a new beginning on a higher level, the beginning of a higher octave, as it were. The octave is a beautiful metaphor. Just as each note of an octave rises in tone, one step or half step at a time, toward the root note, so too the soul, if nurtured well by its trustee, will rise step by step toward God, the root of all existence. Just as the musical scale reaches completion in returning to the root note and immediately begins again where the previous scale ended, only at a higher octave, so too the well-cared-for human soul completes one full cycle when the person in possession of it dies, and immediately begins a new cycle at a higher level in its next incarnation. And just as the musical scale remains the same, even as the octaves continue to rise, so too the eternal human soul endures, as one life elevates it and passes it on to the next trustee. Rabbi Nachman of Bratslav, the famous Hasidic master, taught that living life in a way that inspires and elevates the soul is like making music. Music is made, he says, by sifting the good from the bad. The musician's task is to move his hands on the instrument in such a way as to produce good spirit, good vibrations, while avoiding the bad vibrations, the dissonant winds of gloom and depression. Rabbi Nachman said that to create beautiful melodies of the soul, we have to look for and gather up all the good that's in ourselves and in other people, even and especially when that's hard to do. But when we judge people favorably, even those, he says, who seem totally bad, and when we act with love and compassion toward them and toward ourselves, Rabbi Nachman taught that we actually lift their souls and our souls to a higher plane. And in doing so, we create more than a collection of individual melodies. We create a beautiful symphony of life. So I'd like to conclude with a prayer from our Siddur, Mishkan Tefillah. Let our souls evolve higher, from instinct to inspiration, haughtiness to holiness, selfishness to service, to join with the soul of souls, the Infinite One. As I elevate my soul to a higher octave, I will praise Adonai all my life. I will sing to my God with my whole essence. Shabbat Shalom. We'll continue on page 26. Sorry, page 28.
That's what I'm trying to do. Please rise. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach. Leolam Vaed.
On page 30, together in English. Blessed are you, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness, and darkness from light, transforming day into night, and distinguishing one from the other. Tzvaot is your name, ever-living God, who reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on
Baruch atah Adonai Amari Aravi.
page 32. 34.
Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed.
Please be seated. Page 36. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'kol levavcha u'b'kol nafshecha u'b'kol me'otecha ve'hayu im eile asher anochi metzavecha hayom levavecha v'shinantam levavecha Abam b'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'aderet uv'shochecha uv'kumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha uchtavtam al mizuzot beitecha uvisharecha Vayomer Lema Iskeru Va'asitem et kol mitzvotai Vihitem kadoshim lalpechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotzeiti me'eretz Mitzrayim Lihiot lachem l'Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem emet.
Melody called Cuando el Rey Nimrod. It's about a journey when the king of Ur went down to see the birth of Abraham, and so that journey mirrors the journey of the children through the sea, which we just read about in last week's Torah portion for Passover. Madonai mikapoha elar makodesh norate hilot osefele norate hilot osefele malachutecha rahuvatecha okayam lifnei Moshe uMiriam zehi anu ve'amru Adonai lo leolam vaed Adonai lo leolam vaed Adonai lo leolam vaed Adonai lo leolam vaed Ve'nehemar ki vahada Adonai et Yaakov u'go'alo miyad hazak Mechamocha alim Adonai Mechamocha Edar HaKodesh Norate hilot osefele Norate hilot osefele Baruch Adonai Ga'al Yisrael.
Page 43, together at the top. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up, waiting to do your will.
Ashkifenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom ve'amidenu shomreinu shomreinu lechayim Ashkifenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom ve'amidenu shomreinu shomreinu lechayim ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha Baruch atah Adonai haborei sukat shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim.
Together, this middle reading. Prayer invites God's presence to suffuse our spirits, God's will to prevail in our hearts. Prayer may not bring water to parched fields, nor mend a broken bridge, nor rebuild a ruined city. But prayer can water an arid soul, mend a broken heart, rebuild a weakened will. On page 46, I invite you to please rise.
Ya la 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 Adonai. Ya la 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 Sfatai Tifta. La 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 Ofi Yagi. Ofi Yagi Tehilatecha. La 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 Adonai. Ya la 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 Sfatai Tifta. Ya la 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 Ofi Yagi. Ofi Yagi Tehilatecha. Ya la 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 la
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu ve'imoteinu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor V'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim Vekonei HaKol Vezocher Chasdei Avot Ve'imahot Umevi Geula Libnei Bneihem Leman Shemo V'Yahava Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Mageh לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה, רב להושיע, מוריד אתה, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו בלי שני עפר. מי כמוך על הגבורות, ומי דומה לה, מלך ממיד ומקיים, ומצליח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש. We continue in silent prayer. Feel free to continue davening at your own pace in your private meditations. You can also join me on page 2 for a final plea for peace and wholeness. Ose shalom bimroma, o ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru We pray now for loved ones, friends, family members, and members of our community who are ill and in need of God's healing and God's peace. If you're praying for someone this evening and you'd like to share their name with us, I invite you to do so as my eyes meet yours. Thank you, Rochelle. Thanks, Roberta. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you, Linda. Thanks, Barbara. Thank you, Donna. Thanks, Sybil. Thank you, Sandy. Thanks, Debbie. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you, Susan. Thanks, Barbie. Thanks, David. May God be with all of them and bring them a speedy renewal of body and spirit. 253.
May the source of strength, oh, bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishevera imoteo mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
I invite you now to please rise and page 278. We are in this period between Pesach and Shavuot, where we count the days. We count the Omer connecting the liberation of Pesach with the responsibility of Sinai. Join with me at the top of the page. I am ready to fulfill the mitzvah of counting the Omer.
Hineni mukhan uzoman, hineni mukhan uzoman, hineni mukhan uzoman, lekayem mitzvat aseh shel sfirat haomer. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu sfirat haomer.
Our praise to you, Adonai, sovereign of all, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to count the Omer. Today is the 9th day, which is 1 week and 2 days of the Omer. Page 282. Whoops.
Aleinu leshabeach l'Adon hakol, l'teitel l'yotzer b'reshit, shelo asanu kegoyei ha'aratzot, velo samanu kemishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu bahem, v'gor aleinu kechol ha'monam, v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu v'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo 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 echad.
Please be seated. We remember now our loved ones whom death has taken from this world. We are going to invite you now, if you'd like to participate in this special ritual, which we introduced a couple weeks ago, of placing a little stone in the vase here with the light and saying the name of your loved one that you're remembering this evening. If you'd like to do that, please feel free to come forward. Take a stone here from the and place it in and say your loved one. Kedoshim, the first 30 days of mourning for Glenn Klein, Robin Rose, Jerome Surchuk, Cecilia Seal Zuckerman. And we recall the yard sites of Bella Abrams, Joseph Beanstalk, Maurice A. Dean, Leon Dobbin, Fanny Epstein, Anna Green, Herbert Hirsch Lyman, Dorothy S. Hirsch, Doris Kessner, Larry Lieberman, Richard McManus, Arthur Neuwirth, Louis Rosenblum, Ronald Spiegel, and Jack Zitra. Our heart family of Stephen Cursius, who passed away yesterday and will be buried this week. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. If it's your custom to rise for the mourner's Kaddish, I invite you to do so now and turn to page 294. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabah.
Amen.
Be'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uvizman kari ve'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevorach le'alam u'lamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudesha barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shmaya. V'chayim aleinu Israel v'imru amen. Oseh shalom mimromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who makes peace on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, and to all the world. May their memories be for blessing. And we say together,
Amen.
Amen. All right, before we conclude this evening, I just want to say a few thank yous. First of all, thank you to Cantor and Adam for service together. It's work, a lot of rehearsal, a lot of planning with our wonderful musicians. Let's give them a hand. Thank you, Cantor, for bringing varieties of music and inspiration to us.
And thank you, Rabbi, for the inspiring drash, which spoke to the music tonight and to the music within. You really raised it to another octave.
All right. Thank you. All right. And let's see, I want to say thank you. I think I misplaced my thank you sheet. Rest assured that everybody who helped this evening, including our wonderful bakers for the oneg. If you baked this evening, please stand up so we can give you a... Okay, thank you also to Joy P. Where's Joy P? Joy P over here, from our office, who helped make everything possible with our wonderful staff. And thanks to everybody for being here this evening. And so we're going to sing now Adon Olam, and then we'll close with our Kiddush and Motzi.
And let's hear another round of applause for Kobe Hayon on guitar and oud, Jerome Morris on percussion, and Peter Slavov on bass. You guys were great. So Adon Olam is on page 321.
Achare
השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם, ויכול אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה, וישפוט ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה. ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו, כי היבו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. ספרי. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, בורא פרי הגפן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה בנו, בשבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנחילנו, זיכרון למעשה בראשית. כי הוא יום תפילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, בשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. אמן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, המוציא לחם מן הארץ. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everybody. Please join us downstairs
for sweet treats for Maimuna and Shabisal.